Alright, so in this update, they've made a couple of changes to some towers. The first of which I'm going to talk about, unless I talk about the Toxic Gunner first, is the Golden Scout. Because yes, the Golden Scout has apparently had a change that's made it good. Wow. Good as in better than before. Also, I just realised the Golden Scout, its neck thing, whatever, neck brace, or neck around the hood area, doesn't actually fit the head of the Scout. Right, so at level 0, the Scout has been changed so that its placement cost has increased from 250 to 300. Okay, its damage has remained the same at 3, but its fire rate has changed from 1.2 to 1. Therefore, in most game modes, you can place down 2 Golden Scouts here, instead of, well, previously, you couldn't really place 3 anyway, because 250, that's like slightly above what's the amount given to you at the start of the very game. It's around 600-ish. However, interestingly, they've also increased the range of the Golden Scout from 12 to 14. Now it's actually noticeably different, noticeably bigger. Now, as a result of these changes, its DPS has actually increased from 2.48 to 2.98. However, because of the total cost increase, the placement cost increase for the Scout, the cost efficiency has barely changed. It's changed from 100.81 to 100.8, which is slightly lower, and lower cost efficiency is better, but like a 0.01 cost efficiency decrease. That's barely anything. However, it has gotten more range, so yes, this is a buff. Meanwhile, at level 1, its upgrade cost has actually decreased from 200 to 100. Therefore, its total cost has decreased from 450 to 400 at this level. Here, all that happens is that the damage of the Golden Scout has increased from 3 to 4. Previously, there was also a fire rate buff from 1.2 to 1. However, obviously, since the Scout has fire rate buff at level 0, it doesn't really matter anymore. So it's only a 1 damage increase at level 1. However, it does get to keep its range of 14 at this level, which is a buff from the 12 that it had at this level previously. Now, while the DPS has remained the same at 3.97, its total cost has obviously decreased by $50. Now, at this level, at level 1, this is actually a massive decrease in cost efficiency from 113.35 to 100.8, as it was previously at level 0 for the new Scout, the new Golden Scout. Meanwhile, at level 2, the upgrade cost has decreased from 650 to 500, which therefore means that the total cost of the Golden Scout has decreased from 1,100 to 900. Under $1,000 for a level 2 Scout. For hidden detection, yeah, so it probably is one of the best towers for hidden detection again. At this level, however, the damage has decreased from 8 to 6, but the fire rate has decreased as well, which is a better thing. Increased damage, good thing. Decreased fire rate, good thing. So its fire rate has changed from 1 to 0.75, a 0.25 decrease. Meanwhile, the range has been buffed from 14 to 16, therefore its DPS has actually slightly decreased from 7.94 to 7.92, however the cost efficiency has decreased quite a fair bit from 138.54 to 113.7. Bearing in mind 113.7 was like the original level 1 cost efficiency, so pretty good. Also the fact that it has increased range, very good as well. Meanwhile, at level 3, the upgrade cost has actually remained the same at 1,500. It still keeps its lead detection at this level, but here its damage has decreased from 15 to 12, but its fire rate has decreased as well from 0.8 to 0.6. Its range has increased from 16.5 to 18, therefore its DPS has actually increased. Yeah, the fire rate cancels out the damage decrease. Its DPS has increased from 18.56 to 19.74. Therefore, the cost efficiency has decreased from 140.09 to 121.6. Cost efficiency-wise, you're still seeing the fact that the Golden Scout is getting worse cost efficiency from level 0 to level 3 and to level 4, but it's still better than it was before. After all, the niche for the Golden Scout is early game, and obviously, to discourage the fact that the Golden Scout should be used in the mid game, its cost efficiency does get worse as you upgrade it, but lead detection at this level is still pretty good for 121.6 cost efficiency. A comparison for like other towers in a similar category to this will be made later on. Meanwhile, as for level 4, its upgrade cost has actually remained the same at 4,500, so its total price at this level has decreased from 7,100 to 6,900. Its damage has decreased from 20 to 16, however its fire rate has decreased from 0.4 to 0.3. Therefore, the DPS has increased slightly from 49.02 to 51.95. For a Golden Scout for over 50 DPS, that seems a bit wrong, but you know what? Fair enough. Meanwhile, its range has increased from 16.5 to 18, which was a previous upgrade change, but it's remained the same here. Therefore, its cost efficiency has decreased from 144.84 to 132.83, which is a good thing. So, the Golden Scout, yes, it's better. It's better at basically all of the levels. Has increased range, as you can see here. This is like, what, minigunner range. This is pretty good. Therefore, these changes to the Golden Scout has just made it had like bigger range, made it more useful in the mid game, but not anything too overpowered in the late game. So it's not a well-rounded tower. It's just that it's incredibly useful early on and probably better in the mid game. But how well does it compare to something like, say, the Golden Soldier? Well, actually, the Golden Scout is better in all cost efficiency wise for basically all of the levels compared to the Golden Soldier. Now, the problem is with the Golden Soldier, it doesn't have lead detection. However, it does have flying detection, and that's considered more useful in hardcore mode, given the fact that there are other towers with lead detection. But for flying detection, there's not really that many powerful towers with flying detection. Well, there is, but it's like too expensive to place down early on in hardcore mode. And outside of hardcore mode, there's not really much use for lead. I mean, like, sure, there are some events that utilize lead, like the Solar Eclipse update, but, wow, the Solar Eclipse was about 4 years ago at this point, so, no, 3 years ago. So in terms of early game towers, how does it compare to other ones other than the Golden Soldier? Well, for the Medic, I assume that the Medic is not that great compared to the Golden Scout in terms of DPS, while the Medic does have late game utilization because of the fact that it can cleanse towers and heal the base. Yeah, it's broad daylight that the Golden Scout is better than the Medic in terms of DPS. The Golden Scout having like 100 cost efficiency at level 0 and 1, and even then at level 4 it only has 132 cost efficiency, whereas for the Medic, even at the lowest level, at level 0, its cost efficiency is 150. Obviously, yes, it can deal more damage, yes, it has healing powers, but its range is also worse than the Golden Scout. So in terms of early game towers to place down, yes, the Golden Scout is slightly better in terms of a DPS pure wise. Now, whether you would consider this over the fact that the Medic has late game potential in the cleanse ability, we'll have to remain and see for that. But early game wise, yeah, the Golden Scout is probably the best tower to place down now. Like, sure, you can get, like, the Trapper and the military base, which could probably be more reliable. But in terms of a fundamental tower that you can rely upon, because, like, the military base and the Trapper, they rely on gathering their resources together, which takes a while. In terms of pure speedrunning tower, pure towers, I wouldn't say the Trapper... that's like being discriminatory towards the military base and the Trapper, saying they're not pure towers. They are towers, but in terms of DPS shoot, the Golden Scout has them beat, because they can't really do that. But yeah, I think the Golden Scout might be the best early game DPS tower again. Like, after all, its hidden detection is like one of the cheapest in the game. So probably if you're struggling on hidden detection for, I don't know, a hidden wave, probably this is going to be useful. However, the fact that it can't deal 1 damage is probably going to be detrimental to trying to get enemies down to 199 health, basically. So yes, a good change. We'll have to remain and see for the other changes, though, because I think the Scout has been changed as well, the normal Scout.